Oh. There we go. Okay. Now I hear something. I don't hear it, but I see it there. And then for desktop audio, I should set that to same thing.
Your output.
Okay. Cool. Okay. They're probably getting something. Now. There we go. There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Now we have audio.
Now I hear something.
And there it is.
I don't hear it. I see it there. And then for desktop audio,
done.
I should set that to same thing.
Your output.
Okay. Cool. Is that better? They're probably getting something.
So Darren is asking everyone to talk. Darren, thank you for being
we are
here.
talking
Yep,
right
now we
now.
have audio.
Now
We
I
are
hear
talking right now,
something.
Darren.
Talking, Darren.
And I
hear
hear
it.
Yes, we
see
are,
it
Darren.
there, and then for
that clicking
desktop
noise on
audio,
mute done.
I should set that to same thing.
Your output.
All right.
All right. So, well, now that
Is
we
that
got
better?
that
They're probably
Snafu
getting
Oh, there it
something.
is. So
and recovered
Darren's
from,
asking
you're
everyone to
good.
talk. Darren, thank you for
All right,
being
we are
here.
talking
Yep,
right
now we
now.
have audio.
Now
We
I
are
hear
talking right now,
something.
Darren.
Talking, Darren.
And
I
I
hear
hear
it.
Darren.
They're
How you
gone
doing?
now. There, and then for
That clicking
desktop
noise on mute.
audio,
I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
should set that to the clicking noise should be gone.
Output.
All right.
All right.
It sounds
So,
good to me.
well, now that
Is
we
that
got
better?
that
They're probably
Snafu
getting
Oh,
Yes,
there it
something.
is. So
and recovered
Darren's
from,
asking
you're
everyone to
good.
talk.
He said
Darren,
you
Darren
can
is
do
saying
that.
he hears loops
Yep,
that
now we
should
have
clear
audio.
here.
We are
So,
talking right now,
They're
Darren.
talking, Darren.
And
I
I
hear
hear
it.
Darren.
They're gone now. There, and then
That
for
clicking
desktop
noise on mute.
audio,
I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
should
Probably
set
due
that
to a solar flare.
The clicking noise should be gone.
Output.
So,
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, yeah, you're hearing loops, and the reason why. You should be good now. I had the YouTube and the you guys talking at the same time. I was trying to get
Yeah,
it
you
fixed
can't
up.
do that.
I was trying to make sure that we were actually getting audio.
Quit hovering over the. Quit hovering your mouse over the window. It makes us go away.
What are you
Over
talking
the
about?
Discord.
Oh.
So
okay.
we got a new guy running
Sorry.
we got a new guy running the show today. So you're the lead. So lead away, baby boy.
Okay.
You're driving the show. Let's see how this goes.
yeah.
I'm so anxious.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh. I need to pull up our list real quick first.
Broadcasting for the 4th time in the
I love the title.
3rd year of the.
So we'll start off the show with going, how was your guys' week? So go ahead and give the guest a little rundown.
Who do you want to go first?
Alex,
Sure, you want me to start?
Okay. So my week started with me buying a whole bunch of computer parts. I bought a 12 terabyte SSD. I bought 64 gigs of RAM more for a computer, and I bought a 1 terabyte NVMe drive that's 4th gen, I believe, or 5th gen, I can't remember. Anyhow, it's supposed to be lightning quick. And so I'm using that all because I'm going to be building myself a Jellyfin server. I've been meaning to do it, and then I saw Tyler do it, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I see the implementation. I saw his implementation, and I was like, you know what, man, that's pretty damn decent. So I'm like, that's kind of like what I want to do. You just switch to the starting live scene.
I did. It was an accident. I was trying to right click so I could get the topic list. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So at any instance, I was inspired by him. I'm not exactly trying to follow him because I actually wanted to do that when I did my Nextcloud server videos that I did. I at that time wanted to do it, but I just never followed up, and I just now had the time to be able to do this. So yeah, I mean, and I got the stuff for cheap. I mean, have you seen the price of storage these days?
It's
really
so
cheap.
It's very, very cheap.
How much can I ask? How much did 12 terabytes run you?
I will tell you in just a second.
And how many movies do you think you can actually store on 12 terabytes?
A ton. But it's not just going to be for movies. It's going to be for music and TV shows and, series and stuff like that. It's going to be like complete, entertainment, drive.
Right.
So
when the world ends, you just pop up your solar panels and watch MASH reruns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be able to bring some stuff,
Right,
Let me
right.
see here.
So I was so anxious about the topics. Yeah, I shouldn't be anxious. You know why?
Why?
Because they're just on the webpage. So scene. We click it and we talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I was freaking out.
It was less than $200 for, and it wasn't 12, it was 18 terabytes that I bought. My bad.
18 terabytes for less
18
than
terabytes.
$200.
What type of drives are they?
It's a Seagate Iron Wolf.
Okay. That makes sense.
That's SSD? Wow.
Mm.
That is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. That actually makes sense to buy that now. Who knows what it will cost later. So my week was really, really good. I started a new job, full-time gig in my profession. And I'm working inpatient clinical now at a facility, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes from me. And I love it. I love my supervisor and my coworkers. Actually working with some people that I've worked with in the past. And the clients all are great. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anytime you're learning something new, I think your brain gets a little bit, foggy.
Right.
At least mine does.
Could I have
Well,
you
no,
just say
that
some words,
happens
Alex?
with everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
What'd you say,
I was
John?
gonna say just have you say some words because I'm adjusting the desktop audio because the popping is because basically once it hits the yellow and it'll hit the red really quickly because it's the sensitivity is what it is. So I'm trying to adjust and dial in the audio right now so that we can have it where the popping isn't there.
Oh, we got a new guest. In chat. What's his name? How do you say that name?
Oh, there is it. Gigantics? Is that correct?
Pygantix.
Gigantic.
That's actually kind of a cool
Hello.
name. But my thing
Yeah.
is,
Right, and it's got a
Gigantic.
Linux.
don't you
got a
recognize
Linux,
that penguin, Alex? Huh?
I recognize
there's a
that
penguin on
I
there.
do too.
Wow, nice to meet you, Mr. Pygantic. Awesome. Welcome. Where in the world do you hail from? What's up, D-Dubs?
D-dubs.
It's so weird. So for Josh and I, we're close to the red. We just are in the green and yellow. But Alex, every time you talk, you're in the red.
Well, I think
I'm
his
in the
mic
red?
might be a little hot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I could turn my game down if you want.
You got too much game for us there, buddy.
I mean,
How's that? Is that
I
better?
mean, man, he's a pretty built man. Keep talking.
I'm talking. We're talking
Oh,
about
we're
blue
good
skies,
now.
rainbows, and
We're good
puppy
now.
dogs.
Just don't yell. You're good.
I don't yell.
Sometimes you yell.
Oh, it's just me getting a little voice.
You're good. You're good.
Hola a todos, hermanito. ¿Cómo va?
Pygantix. That's a really interesting name. How did you come up with that name? I
don't know. And where is he hailing from? What part of the world? And Mislav, my boy Mislav's in here. He's my oldest supporter. Mislav is the first person that started supporting the channel as a member.
Wow.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Hi, Mislav.
Yep. He's a
You
great
are
dude.
more appreciated than you could know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So you want to talk about the first topic? What are we gonna do here?
All right. If you'll give me
You're
just one
driving
more
the ship.
second,
Let's focus.
and we'll
Ándale,
get-
pues, ándale.
we will get into the topic. All right. When I do that, so pardon the newbiness. Okay. That's exactly what this is. Our first topic today, assuming I can get this thing to turn on. Click the button, and then here we
Oh,
go.
Mislav. Yes, he definitely remembers. He's told me about you before.
Can they see the thing on their stream, Alex?
I see a black screen.
Oh,
See, now it's there. It's
okay.
there. It's
Okay. It just took a second to load. All right. So today, the first topic we're going to be covering is basically about NVK and the Nuvu developer that now works for NVIDIA. So as you can see here, I'm just going to summarize it. Basically, what happened is somebody left the Nuvu project and then they got hired by NVIDIA, but now they're just contributing right back to Nuvu, which I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but that's how I've always pronounced it. What's nice is that means NVIDIA is actually, contributing to open source and trying to make their graphics cards somewhat work. So
It only took me 12,000 years.
yeah, it only took them a little too long. If you didn't know, Josh, they have been absolutely horrible about this since day one. I mean, there's a reason why there's a meme out there where Linus Torvalds is flipping off NVIDIA. I mean, that's very much justified. So, just so you know.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, the article definitely brings up a good question.
Do I need to go apply a dark filter to the page real quick?
I just think it's hilarious.
Okay. He
'Cause
said his
I-
eyes are melting.
Gigantic says, this nickname of mine comes from the scientific name of the Antarctic penguin and tuck. Cool.
There we go.
The article brings up a very interesting thing in the fact that it's really surprising that NVIDIA, when Ben Skeggs hopped over to Team Green, it's really surprising that they didn't make him in the way of the business world do a non-compete, meaning either you join our team or you stop developing for Novu. Now, this may be something that still happens later on down the road, depending on how much draw time it takes away from him working at Team Green. But that is one of the things that really was surprising, is that they're letting him do that. But then again, that also supports my theory that I've had a long time ago with NVIDIA releasing, and suddenly all of a sudden, before they started generating these AI processors, right, and chips that they were doing, that they all of a sudden just all of a sudden out of good heart just decided to say, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and open source our driver. And it was because they wanted Team Novu to pick up and do the heavy work for them. And this cat, Ben Skeggs, stood out. And so as a standout, they're like, okay, we're adopting the Microsoft mentality. Let's bring him to work over here. I think they were farming talent.
So I agree with you, but I also have a little bit of a different take. I think because the company itself has decided to shift and say we're not going to support our GPUs anymore at some point, right? And they don't want to just make them fall off the end of the earth and they just no longer work with anything, right? Like, typically speaking. So if you have it where an open source project can take over, then you're no longer responsible for any of that anymore. And by you directly funding it as a company for at least a little bit, you're saying, okay, well, this is what we're doing. We want them to take the work over, like you were saying. But it also makes it where they can't get blamed now if...
I don't think NVIDIA ever really cared about blame, because they didn't give a shit before when shit went wrong.
Right.
Seriously. How long did it take them to patch stuff? Forever.
Yeah, I just imagine how many GPUs though that wouldn't have support though. Because we're not just talking about consumer cards now. We're talking also about some enterprise cards that are going to lose support. I mean, my Tesla K80 is an example of that, right? It's back on driver 470.
Thanks for the super chat, brother.
So,
by the way, you might want to transition back to our Steam.
Okay. We can. Thank you.
Yeah.
We do that.
So, yeah, I mean, I understand. I think the support was always going to be there, and technically, because those other video cards are used by Windows, right?
Right.
Because those other video cards are used by Windows, the support is still there. So that kind of nullifies and negates that argument of there wouldn't be that support, because all those drivers, every last one of those drivers, are on NVIDIA's webpage.
Right, but
yeah,
I just don't know how long that would work.
They didn't give a shit. They were farming talent. Yeah. No matter how you boil it down, they were farming talent. It's an ingenious way of farming talent, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about this, Josh? Or do you have an opinion?
Leon Martinez, what's going on, brother? We be cracking now that we finally made it on.
Yeah. What is crackling?
There's crackling again.
Oh, I don't know.
So my opinion on it is just that not all the time are they going to have a non-compete, especially if you're working in an industry where there's so much headhunting and the expectation is you're going to work, a few months to a couple years at longest on a project before you're shuffled off to somewhere else, doing something. So I think a non-compete, and judges regularly toss out non-competes.
Well, the FTC is actually doing away with it.
Okay, well, there we go.
You
There we
know,
go.
there's a big news article going on that that the FTC is actually getting away with it because there are a lot of places that are implementing non-competes and NDAs that don't need to, like on janitorial level, like there. I think there's a story in Seattle where McDonald's implemented franchise implemented NDAs where if they quit, they couldn't go work for Burger King. I mean, this is literally stupid. You know what I'm saying? Normally, NDAs come for executive level stuff, like for private business practices, knowing customer databases, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
stuff that could really cripple a company. Losing a worker
Or
to another competing
proprietary
chain.
processes and things like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I mean that's what those are for, and they were starting to abuse them. So in that aspect, and that's where this would come in NVIDIA because this gentleman apparently is seeing the source. Says crackling is gone now, but the source codes for their basic platform now is there. So and it's literally and right now at the moment could be leaked to the full code to open source community. Obviously, don't know who did it though. I mean, it's not like there's a team that came aboard that they'd have to go through the guesswork to figure out who it was. But it's just interesting that they didn't implement that. That was my first thought in that. But other than that, I mean, it's good that we have an open source guy working for the enemy, I guess, because Nvidia's been made to be evil for so long that it's kind of interesting, and the other part is why now all of a sudden, there's always that question because of how bad they were in supporting for Linux for so long, that now it's like, why now? Why now?
I wonder what kind of effect
Jonathan, what's
AI
that look
will
on your face
have
for?
on open source. I know that legislators are trying to keep AI away from open source
Mhm.
fingers, if you will, or at
Which
least there's a,
there are
there's
there are open source AI platforms out there already.
there are.
Yeah.
Whether or not that will be legal in 5 years, I don't know. Excuse me. I think there are powerful interests involved in not having AI in
Probably.
the general
What'd you say,
public's
John?
hands.
The look on my face is that like I can see the crackling on like auditorily speaking on my OBS, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell it's from. It's making me mad.
Good night,
So
Mislav.
typically what
Thanks
I
for
do is I
tuning
go
in
to
and
my
thanks for
audio
the support.
interface, the hardware,
Mm-hmm.
and I turn it down there.
Mhm. So yeah, I find that interesting, about the AI issue in legislation right now, and I kind of understand why, but then again, that's one of those situations where I feel that that's kind of overreach on the government, if that makes sense.
Duh.
But that's a different topic for a different podcast.
Ha. Yes.
So what do we got next, guys?
Yeah, what is the next topic?
We have no sound from you now, Jonathan, at all.
Right.
Your sound is
Do
gone.
you have the next topic, Alex?
It's going to be Ubuntu is Snap only now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
And
were mentioning this earlier. Now, I've heard a lot. I have not yet used Ubuntu yet. I use something that comes from Ubuntu, Mint.
Mhm.
You're saying that Snap is not as slow as people say it is, maybe.
Right. And you guys can see on the screen right now, this is an article that came from It's Boss News. And this derived from the review of 2404, the latest Ubuntu release, which I did a video on. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. But the issue is and I mentioned it in the video that Thunderbird and a lot of support for Microsoft, like OneDrive, Office 65, all those things is there in the Ubuntu 2404 through their file manager Nautilus. Uh, but one of the things is like Thunderbird is a mail client that works in Ubuntu, and when you even type in sudo apt install, it installs the snap. And it's like even though it's a .deb package, it installs a snap, but when you do like an update or anything like that, it'll be full on, like the full on snap. So it's kind of weird how it's defaulting to that as their package manager because apt is the default package manager. But you can technically still install snaps, but you have to do it the traditional GUI way through GDebi. So
So
that
can you explain really quick to just a total noob, what is
yeah,
a snap?
a snap is a containerized package. It's basically Ubuntu's Canonical's version of Flatpak. And but they
Okay,
were
I was gonna
designed
ask if it's like a flat pack.
it is
Okay.
like a Flatpak. It was designed to work actually on their server base so that you could just plug in like these snap module. That's the inception of it. And then they decided to port it into their desktop. And so when they ported it into their desktop, there was a lot of reliability issues and speed issues. A lot of people complained about how slow it was. Now, if you're like me and you've lived through the Arc Ages days of Linux and suffered through what's up, DT? How you doing, my guy? Uh, anyhow, you suffered through the dark ages of of the early days of Linux. You'll know that some things took really forever to install, and even Snap on the worst days weren't that bad. But still, in the days of today, with the modern technology and hardware that we have, things should load up pretty quick. But, they've gotten fixed now, they're much better. A lot of people still, like we were talking about, some people tend to parrot some of the things, for a while there about that, but, even, Thunderbird isn't bad at opening up, a lot of the snaps not bad at opening up like they were. But it's kinda crappy, and I will tell you one thing that I did leave out of the distro review for, 202404 is from the jump, literally, when you're installing it, and it had that whole Microsoft vibe of install. You could tell that they were working with them and that they, had done some work together on it for somehow. Because even the new installer uses Ubiquity is freaking it's beautiful. It looks nice. It it's very intuitive, but it got that whole post-install setup installer for Microsoft Windows when you're doing it through the install. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of vibe there. But other than that, I mean, that's the problem. The only knock I have is that Ubuntu Snap only now from default. Even when you go into the App Center, which is a new Ubuntu Software Center, they renamed it. When you go to the App Center, you click on an app. You can select where it says Snap or Deb, but yet it'll still install a Deb that actually will revert to being a Snap, which is weird.
So can you compare it to something like Mint? Like ease of use.
Same. That yeah, I mean, same. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Ubuntu, there's a lot to be said for Ubuntu. It stood the test of time. Literally, to me, it's the distribution that actually put Linux on a map, even though it was around before it. But that's literally what its drive was. Canonical had a vision of bringing Ubuntu or Linux to the mass, to the people. And so,
I can
I mean,
remember back in 2015 or so when my
yeah,
cousin who uses Linux
yeah,
advised me to, he told me use Ubuntu. It's as easy as everything else. And
yeah.
I just didn't make the switch at the time.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, and it's literally been known for that, quintessentially. It's the new to Linux user distribution that needs to be easy to use. It doesn't always look pretty in my
Yes.
opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But nonetheless, yeah, it's always been that, so yeah, it's easy to use. It's easy to install, it yeah, it's just there, but it has more of a Microsoft feel now than ever before. So I fear that the synonymization of Canonical, which already is there anyhow, of Canonical and Microsoft being the same, one's on proprietary side and one's on open source side, is now going to be even closer.
Hard fingers, folks. Hey, Arch. Welcome.
Arch, what's up? To each their own. Not for me, but if you like the thumbs up for you, that's right. Jonathan, do we have audio from you now? Oh, real low.
Yeah, we hear you, but you're very, very, very low. Okay.
All right. Do what you got to do. But in the server cloud arena, Ubuntu is pretty good with their focus builds. Yes, they are. I mean, and you know, I mean, that's the other thing. Ubuntu, they brought the desktop to the masses, but that was never, I don't think, their focus. I mean, they were a corporation and they were trying to provide, they saw the need for corporation in the server space to make it big along with Fedora, along the same footprint. And that's really what they're known for, is their servers. They're some of the best servers out there. So, and snaps on the server are so nice. That's right. The ability to just snap install Nextcloud is sweet. It is, DT. And they have snaps for everything too in that aspect. I mean, they're just, like I said, that's what they were originally designed for. That inception and that concept was a home run. And the afterthought was bringing it to desktop. I mean, you got to stop and think, you know, what would be really slow on desktop would still, with all the cores and processing power that a server had, would be milliseconds, you know, no matter what, as compared to a desktop. So that's probably why the stuff wasn't really known as well.
Well, that's what I've heard from everybody that I listen to when they talk about Linux. When Ubuntu gets brought up, they all mention how great the server space is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally. I mean, they were the kings of those. How are we doing with audio, Jonathan?
Aaron, I think he's gone to the exact opposite extreme of Windows. He's running Gen 2 now. So I think he's...
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
we can hear you.
Okay.
Bright and beautiful.
Yeah. So I just switched it from analog to digital to make it work for this.
Mm-hmm.
But my audio is now analog. What I'm listening to.
That's what you get for using Gen 2.
No, actually, it has nothing to do with Gen 2, bro.
I'm kidding.
I know. Dude, but I absolutely love... Wait. Oh, I need to close this out so they can actually see you guys. And full screen. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, the transition's good.
Yeah. But I am back and I am alive again. So... Oh, gain's way too high. I will turn it down. I'm sorry.
DT.
Everybody.
Super loud. Super.
I'll just turn it off. It's probably... Oh, it's still too loud.
You sound good to me here. But they're also on a delay.
Here, I'm going to test and just keep on talking, say some words.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going down.
That sounds a little better.
Down. I'm just trying to say around the end of the green. Yep, that should be better. I am so sorry.
It's okay. You're learning. This is how we learn, right?
Yeah, it's just embarrassing.
I tell you, folks.
So what are your thoughts on the snap thing?
Okay, so on snap, I think it's oh, I need to turn it up just a hair. Will do. And snap thing, honestly, is more of just like... To be honest with you, that's
an interesting thought. Why?
Because Snap doesn't actually suck as much as it used to. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty decent in speed these days, and like the only main issue that I've seen so far is that there's a lack of consistency on the way they're packaging them. So that's really same problem with Flatpak really these days. Oh, except for the fact of they have a proprietary backend. Canonical can silently go do things to them. I don't know. I'm gonna be careful as what I say here. But
did things to them.
I'm very mad at Canonical for that. But that's it.
What kind of things were done exactly?
Yeah, I'm curious as to that statement as well.
But I can't say on stream. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Did I mishear you? Say what you said again. I think I misheard you.
We were trying to figure out what you meant by weird things did they do to them.
Oh, I mean,
Did they take them up into their ship and probe them, or what? What are we
saying
talking
that
about here?
that they put in spyware or something? Is that what you're trying to allude to?
I mean,
or
they
something?
do. They literally do take telemetry. Like that's their whole thing. Like, but like their snap stuff
Well,
does
so
that
does
too.
Fedora.
What?
Fedora does too.
Right, but you can expect that from a rail.
But the telemetry that both of them are using are not like your personal info. They're your hardware stuff to be able to actually make the situation better. That's how snaps improve.
Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is, you know. I'm not gonna say I love snaps, but I don't hate them either. That's kind of where it is. I am kind of pissed that they're making it where you can't use the graphical
What's up, Nate?
installer to install a dev package. So that's absolutely bullcrap. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, DT's comment just killed me.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
DT's
absolutely
picking up
right.
what we're putting down
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Shuttleworth, yes. Oh God, oh my God, that is hilarious.
That's hilarious. That's great.
Oh, that is funny.
Hey Nate,
Yes.
welcome to the chat, by the way.
Yeah, hey Nate, how you doing, brother? Oh, that was hilarious.
That is quite funny. But
Yeah, I mean, on that note, though, I mean, seriously, that is if you guys haven't test driven or checked out, Ubuntu 24.04, see what I'm talking about. And what I said is actually kind of, if you can see behind me, I'm actually getting ready to install it on my laptop. I was impressed with it actually.
I already found a mistake, Alex, but go ahead.
It's beautiful. And like I said, other than the Microsoft-esque feel on the install and it being Snap only, not bad. Absolutely not too bad.
You see,
What's the mistake?
Here's your mistake. Okay,
Oh,
there's
boy.
two of them. One, you're just using Ubuntu at all. That's a mistake all of itself. Second
Why?
of all, like just canonical the crappy company. Anyways, that's sad.
Next,
You
Fedora.
should
How
be
come we don't
using
have Fedora?
Kubuntu. Get it right. Use KDE Plasma. Not their lame
You know what,
excuse of a
man?
GNOME replacement.
Okay, listen. I understand your distaste for GNOME, but I'll tell you what. GNOME in the past few years hasn't been so bad. It's gotten better.
Right, but
Admittedly.
you will never convince me that GNOME was actually designed for a desktop computer. It was made for tablets. I swear on my life that it had to have been made for tablets, bro.
Okay. That's how you feel about it. That's okay. You do you, baby boy. I'll do me all day long.
You will never see me use GNOME again.
That's
Part of
okay.
me died the last time I tried.
Okay.
So,
Well, then you're gonna really have a hard time doing reviews of distributions if you can't do any kind of GNOME stuff.
Part of me
Yes, I'm
died
not-
every time.
yes, I'm not doing those reviews. I'll just make sure you get those
Oh.
ones. You'll just get those ones. That's all you'll ever do.
Fine. No problem with that. I can handle that. No issues. Honestly, I understand some people have dislikes for certain desktops for whatever reason it caused them for them to do that. But for me, I'm agnostic to desktop. I'm a window manager guy. We all know that. Everybody knows that. I'm a window manager guy. But the reality of it is I can use any desktop just as easily. If you're a real Linux user, you could use any desktop.
So, Donovan Williams here said that they
Mhm.
like GNOME better than KDE. They had to choose a DE, and that also GNOME predates tablets that they believe. Here's the thing, though. I don't know. There's that effect that like the result precedes, I guess, before the cause or
does.
something like that. I think that's it. There, that's boom.
GNOME
Okay.
and KDE were around in the
I know.
beginning.
I'm just messing
Both
around.
of them were. DistroTube says GNOME is okay as long as he can launch Emacs full screen. You got it right from the word
That's
of
cheating.
the Linux guy himself, DT.
That's cheating. Emacs might as well be its own operating system.
It might as well be, but either way, there you go, man. Stamped with approval right there. So I'll do the GNOME reviews if you want.
I mean, to me, the reason why I don't like doing GNOME reviews, I'm being real now, the experience always seems to be the same, really. They do change things, but it's so slow. No, but the thing is, there's more features coming out of KDE typically that you see and you interact with. Whereas GNOME is just the same shell. They make very, very, very small changes over time.
Okay, I'll give you that. And the reason why that is because historically KDE is the distribution of change. It's literally the designed for you to be able to customize every aspect of it. GNOME's like, no, we want stability. We want to be
Yeah.
the distribution of stability, the desktop environment of stability. So that's why they do it. That's why it's like that. That's why extensions became a thing.
That does make sense. But on that note, I want to move on to the next topic.
Barely know me because Max.
We get,
He's killing me.
I want to see your new distro. What's it called? Mr. Arch Penguin. I want to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Bazite, I'm guessing.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's probably Windows 11.
I got I recorded a video last night. I was up till 4:00 in the morning recording a video for Aurora, which is the
I should not talk right now.
What you call it?
I keep hearing good things about Aurora.
Aurora. It's fantastic. And I'm gonna say it right here.
Aurora are the two that I hear good things about.
I'm gonna say it right here, right now. That to me, Aurora, actually, I'll just say the universal blue images that are available could be very much so considered Nix OS killers. Because they're just like Nix in the sense that they're set it and forget it once you get it all set up and everything. Only difference is it's a lot easier to set up and install, and adding packages makes it so much easier.
So here's the thing.
And that makes the winner. And to me, that is a good distribution for new to Linux users. They could literally jump into it and stay there forever if they're happy with it.
Okay. I'm gonna make 2 comments real quick before. So I call them the triplet distributions because there's 3 in that family, and they all pretty much have the same base. Oh, there's 4?
There's 4. Yeah.
What's
So you got
4th?
Aurora, you got Bazite, you got Bluefin. Those are the 3 common ones. And then we've got Ucore. Ucore is their server distribution.
Okay. I didn't realize the server one. Okay. Then I guess they're quadruplets. Quadruplet distributions, but they've all seemed really cool and really well done. And we actually have one of our guys in our Linux community is actually over there. It's Big Pod. Yeah. He's working on one of them, which is cool. And Nate here says that he had to switch to GNOME. What KDE is somehow better? Man, I thought we were brothers. I don't know if we can do this anymore, man. I got to break up with you now. Sorry.
Wow. Wow. The bromance ends abruptly. That's funny.
On a live stream.
Yeah. But anyhow, yeah, I mean, that whole family of images is fantastic. It really is. And like I said, it is something that I could feel confident recommending to a new to Linux user because the stability and reliability is there. It's easy to set up and install packages on. There's 2 ways. There's one way of doing it globally, which I cover in the video, and then there's one way to do it in userland, which ideally is where you're supposed to be at, is userland. But the thing is
it small and fast?
It's fast. It's very fast. Even in my virtual machine, it was running pretty snappy. As far as small, I think it was like maybe a 6 gigabyte image. I'm not sure, but I mean, and that's something that we could talk about, on another stream. But has anybody noticed how all the distros ISOs used to be like 2 gigs to maybe 3 gigs, and now they're starting to get massive. Absolutely massive.
So even though the video that I'm going to mention didn't turn out great, but like the Ubuntu Lemuri ISO, and it's a testing ISO, it's 5.5 gig.
Right.
That's as big as a Windows ISO, bro.
No. Windows is like 12 or 13 gigs now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I downloaded it just the other day at 6.5 gigs.
What, Windows?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was bigger than that. All right, whatever.
So I know it's the same size as the Windows ISO. That's scary to me.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that I've noticed that too. Like all these ISOs are getting huge now, and for people that are on metered internet, that's gotta really suck. That's gotta really suck. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, the that distribution series is fantastic. Give it a try,
Agreed.
and you'll see my video. It's dropping tomorrow. It'll be scheduled for tomorrow.
All
I'm gonna
right.
finish creating the thumbnail for it
Oh,
after the show,
did
and
you say
then I'm
tomorrow?
gonna schedule. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday.
Alex, I have a video scheduled for tomorrow.
Oh, okay, then it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever.
Yeah. Check the studio maybe every once in a while. I'm joking.
Well, I thought Mondays was my day.
We haven't discussed the days yet.
Yes, we did. You keep forgetting. But either way, that's for after the show
We
conversation.
can talk about that in the after party. Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But all right. Let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. Let's see if I can get this to pop up. You know, we were talking about, I mentioned Ubuntu Lumire, you know, mentioning that briefly. The reason why you're seeing a Ubuntu Unity page right now is because Lumire, well, let's just say it's made by the same developer and the UB ports team. So what is Lumire? Lumire is Unity 8, or basically what you remember as Unity, but with Qt. It's really interesting. I can show you here.
Toolkit into it.
Yep, I can show you a picture if it'll let me interact with it. It's right there. Okay. Yep, it's actually very simple, but I will say if you do want to try it like the actual ISO, do not put it on your hardware. It is very, very broken right now. Like,
really?
very
broken. So is this a beta release of it, or
it's alpha?
Or it's out. Okay, that explains it right there. Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah.
Well,
what I think is interesting is that whole story of how that kid brought back Unity, Ubuntu Unity, and to the point that they adopted it as a flavor. I mean, it is completely amazing. And then now he developed a team that helped him bring it up to this point, and then now he's got even more people helping him out. So I mean,
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it surprised me how many people really like the Unity desktop. For me, I thought it was ugly.
Man, I love the Unity desktop, bro. That was my jam.
That's funny. Dude, but you know, it makes sense because at the time, that would have been when you were what? How old were you?
The Unity desktop was around when I first started Linux. That was when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, 7 or 8. So for you, that was modern computing.
Yes.
For me, it was just another like 4th iteration chain. You know, so for me, you know, I think that's why for me I don't kind of identify with it so strongly on the Unity desktop. I never enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
So
and wasn't that the one that brought freaking the Amazon freaking thing?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
You know,
that was another joke of a thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on.
You know, Amazon is a questionable company because I remember at one point they had Amazon like I'm not joking, Josh, when I say this, okay? They had Amazon search results in the search bar.
They did.
At one point.
You could literally shop from the search bar to
right.
Amazon.
But like that was not, they took it out, right? Like the entire community had a giant backlash on it. And I wonder why. Oh my gosh.
Oh, but, I can't imagine why.
Yeah,
I would not like that at all.
The reason why I loved it as much as I did was because it was minimalistic, it was simple, and it just worked. I mean, I never managed to break it.
But that wasn't anything new from any of the other Ubuntu distributions. It was just a desktop environment thing when they adopted it. That's it.
But
I mean, they added extra crap. That's when they started adding. Yeah, they sort of went to the freaking. I guess they were pre-Microsoft before Microsoft because Microsoft just now finally starting adding ads in Windows 10, and they kind of did that back then.
Do you remember how light Unity was, though?
Yes.
It might as well have been a window manager with how light it is. Yeah.
It was very light. It was very, very light. That is the one thing that it had going for it and that's why everybody wanted to adopt it so much, but that whole Amazon thing really drove people nuts was because of how light it was, because everybody saw the desktops that Ubuntu was doing with GNOME predominantly, that's what they always had, was GNOME, was getting more and more bloated and heavier. And so everybody wanted to jump there and make everything, like light, fast, and beautiful
Mhm.
until the Amazon button thing happened. And then
What
that
was
like,
their explanation for the Amazon
Stuff in general.
debacle?
It helped them keep the project
that was,
afloat financially. It was a
yeah,
sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
they were a
Okay.
sponsor. It was a sponsor, and also at the time it was starting to blow up. That was the time when Amazon I literally moved out of old boy Bezos's garage. He started in a garage right over here in Redmond or Bellevue, I can't remember, one of those 2 towns. But he started out of a garage of his house. In fact, the house just got sold like a couple years ago. But he started out of a garage, and that was when he was actually becoming very, very big. So, this was a promotional thing, and it was them sinking some money into another company that they were gonna try to ride with, and the reason why they were sinking money into it was because at that time, they were using Ubuntu server to do their e-commerce site. So it's just a natural pairing.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I mean, but but the cool thing is, so with this redesign, we got down to like a really long thing about Unity itself, but this is
Mhm.
all different now. Is again, it's based in Qt, so it's going to remind you a lot of KDE in terms of design language, right? Because they're both written in Qt. But the big thing is it has the same functionality that Unity has for a long time.
Mhm.
And the search bar searching is just as fast. From what I could get to launch,
Mhm.
it was very slow, but again, alpha build. So we're not going to hold that
Well,
against
yeah, I
it.
mean, it's not fair. It is not fair to judge
Yeah,
any
no.
distribution in an alpha state.
Yeah,
Never.
exactly. So I'm not going to judge it. But it did. Do you guys know that panel on the far right on Budgie? One
The
that you
panel on
pull
the
in
far
from the right
right.
side?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. They have a very similar panel on
Oh,
there as
wow.
well, which is kind of cool. But it has like all your shortcuts for your screen brightness and sound and everything else within
So your
that
system
panel.
trays over is in that
Yeah, it's
panel.
a
And it's
little.
a hiding it hides away,
You
right?
just
You
click it once,
you can
it
hide
opens. Clicks it again, it just slides off to the right side.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, that's kinda cool. That's kinda cool. I mean, I can't wait to see it and try it.
yeah, yeah.
Raven. Art Penguin says Raven.
Arch actually said that this is the reason he'll never use Ubuntu. Well, I will say, if you don't like Ubuntu, there is an AUR package of Unity, so I'm not joking.
Oh, the desktop?
Yeah,
Yeah, the desktop environment? Oh, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all.
so
Like I said, so many people really love that desktop environment. The only caveat was the Amazon crap.
mhm.
Other than that. So, yeah, we're good.
All right. Is there
Gonna do the
any
last one?
thoughts that you guys want to say before we move on?
I don't have any. How about you, Josh?
I don't have an opinion that anybody wants to hear.
Oh, I want to hear it.
No, you don't.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and move on to the fourth topic, and that is go ahead, Alex. You know you want to say it. You know you want to say it.
Gen 2 says F you to AI,
Ooh.
but more specifically to AI generated and submitted code to the project. That's what they're talking about. They don't want to search for errors, I would suspect, because as we all know, if you've ever gone to Chat GPT and tried to generate a bash script, it is a crapshoot as to whether it's going to be at least 75% correct. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the issue that they're having. They've had a lot of generated code just that were submission to them for the project, and they've had to wade through probably tons and tons of stuff not working or catching stuff that didn't work, which is good on them because how many projects have had coding issues come up that they've discovered was AI generated? So I think that's smart on their part. I'm not a Gen 2 lover, not that I don't think the distribution doesn't work. It does. It works quite well. I just
Just a
believe
bit.
in enjoying the lifespan of my life that I have, that I don't want to waste it on, you know, compiling and stuff. But either way, I regress there. But
Well,
the
oh, I'm,
point
I'm a,
is
I'm a
I
pig,
think they're
pig
being,
guy.
I think they're very smart in what they're doing in preventing these kind of submissions. But my question is how are they catching it? Especially if you got a project this big with as many people that use it that are submitting daily stuff.
Well, I know that you can find you can look at text or prose, and just by reading it and looking for certain words, you can tell if it was generated on ChatGPT. I assume that there's another way that you can do that with code as well. I saw recently Joe Rogan was, thinking that AI is just going to keep making itself better and better and better until it
Well,
becomes
that's the
godlike.
idea behind AI.
And I think I really I think we're seeing with code written by AI, we're seeing it's not going to be that way because it's not going to be any better
Well,
than the
here's the thing
average
about
coder.
AI. Everybody, I don't know if I don't. So the way that the AI works is you uses the large language models to learn the language, right, of what you're asking it. Then what it does is it deploys its little nanobyte, whatever you want to call them, across the internet sphere and scrapes all these knowledges that are out there, that things, articles, and websites that have stuff written. Then it compiles what it wants to and spits out. So really, it's bringing, if you want to be truthful about it, it's actually highlighting the idiots out there that are posting shit that people are getting wrong and going to and finding out wrong. It's like taking a spotlight and putting it on that. How wrong the internet has been for a long time and how inaccurate a lot of things are posted on the net. I mean, if we're being honest here.
I can't really argue with you, to be
Well,
honest.
I'll tell you what.
I'm being serious. I mean, how many
D-Dubs thinks that
times?
I'm wrong, and I would be interested in hearing why. I'm sure we can discuss that later on in the lounge. But
Okay. Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, ideally by design, AI is supposed to get smarter. But the problem is it's learning. It's in better aspect. I guess the only good way, and this may be a controversial way of putting it, but if you have two stupid parents that have a child, the child's only going to learn stupid,
That's not
for lack of better
necessarily
word.
true.
I'm
so
just
I think
saying,
that
through the learned actions that it had, this has no way of deciphering anything better because it's only got that out there for it to scrape. You understand what I'm saying?
yes,
Whereas a
yeah, and I
child is
think that
gonna
that's
have
what
other
we're like
influences
the
on it as well. So that's what
when we think of large language model, I don't think of like that's not what comes into my mind when I think of like AI, right? So when you're looking at
right.
say I don't know what is that game Halo Cortana.
Mhm.
He's got this AI that thinks and comes up with problem solving and kind of gets the quickest way between A and Q, gets there without all the letters in between it. That's what I think of when I think of AI, and I don't know a whole lot about those AIs, but in terms of large language model and coding, I don't think that they're going to be any better than the average coder at
Well,
best.
and that's the truth. I mean, and it's literally because, like I said, it's only getting its own knowledge from what it's scraped. I mean, that's really what it is. The only part that the LLVM is teaching it is to interact with you, how to communicate with you in what you're asking or typing for the word. And that's why training it is important. That's why people are training it because you have to, it's got to be able to understand and what you're asking. Um and thank you for responding to that, by the
You're
way, whoever
welcome.
did. But the issue is, like I said, the issue is it can only go with what's out there. And I'm not trying to demean anything. I'm just being frankly honest. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Mhm.
once more accurate and more appropriate things are being posted out there on the net, it's going to start to decipher and get better. But it's got to catch up. The internet literally has to catch up to the AI part now because the AI
Yeah,
is the machine that's doing what it's supposed to.
it's and the thing about AI, like real AI, not just typical machine learning, is it learns faster than what we can put out there. So there's actually, I've seen a couple of like TikTok type video things on or like shorts and those type of things recently where basically they're talking about how they're actually having AIs that are just learning from each other now. And right, and since they're doing that, it's actually making it where they can actually keep up and actually learn at a decent rate. It's almost like we're a bottleneck to them, which is almost a scary thought to me.
It is, and that's the thing. You know, like I was talking to you about it, Jonathan, couple of weeks ago. It's surprising. AI is. What's up, Jacob? Welcome to the show. What's surprising
Hey
is
there.
how fast it's growing at such an accelerated pace. Which I remember in my and if DT's in the chat, I'm sure he remembers the old eBuzz War Central days. That was what's the catalyst of what started the whole argument that happened was that I was saying that, you know, it's going to accelerate at a very accelerated pace, a lot faster than what most people think. There is learning that has to be done, but once it starts learning, it's just going to be like a snowball, and that's literally
Well, I
what
can't
it's done.
imagine that it already hasn't, and they're just not releasing that. I mean, it could be incredibly disruptive to all kinds of things.
Wait,
This is
say-
what I
say that
really
again?
love about our community. You can have, you know, I literally learn something new just about every time I hang out with you folks.
Well, that's awesome. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? That's literally how it's supposed to be. Linux is a is a multiple different flavors and distributions of solid learning. We've all got here because of our curiosity, our inquisitiveness, and something that we wanted to learn because we felt that there was more to be had. Literally.
You know, Alex, and that's why I love
What?
Gen 2 so much and why I get so triggered whenever you start saying it takes a million years to compile things. You know what I have to say to that? Just get good and get better hardware. The end.
Ugh.
I think Waffles said he's got Gen 2 installed down to some ungodly
Waffles,
fast number.
We've been talking about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How fast
What-
do you install Gen 2?
Oh man. It took me about 8 hours to get everything working. That's actually not that bad. Actually pretty fast.
To say that it took you a solid fucking work day to get an operating system installed and working when I could have done it in 10 minutes on 500 other different distributions.
Actually,
Is
it wasn't a
that.
work day. It was
Actually.
overnight. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
We have a community member over in our Discord that helped me get through the process, and oh man, that was a learning experience. But I'm telling
Was
you,
that Waffles?
this has been fast. I mean, I
I
wish
think it was
Waffles was
I
here.
know.
It was not
think it was
Waffles.
So it was
you know,
Waffles. Shout out to
Part of
Waffles.
part of the other thing too that made you do it so fast is also you're on a server installing it.
Yep.
That's about the only way to install Gen 2
Honestly,
in any
yeah.
kind of way.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, I mean, come on. What?
No,
You're going to buy us all new
Williams,
hardware?
I will not.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yes.
And even then,
I'd
even
like
then,
to say
even then,
he is
how
going
many
to buy us all.
how many threads was how many cores did you have? 48?
Oh,
He has
I
44
have,
threads.
I have 44 threads.
44 threads. Okay, so 44 threads. Okay, compiling Gen 2, and it still took 8 hours.
Okay.
Enough said.
Right.
No.
Mic drop.
I'm gonna tell you,
Mic drop right
actually,
there.
most of that time was me having to learn. The compilation
Mm-hmm.
part actually wasn't that much of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The longest part was the
So
base
you're
system,
talking about
which
6
that took a
hours.
couple of hours. That was the
6
longest
hours.
part.
6
So-
hours still to compile Gen 2 on 48 threads. Mic drop.
No.
Yeah.
No. The grand
Still back
total
up,
of
but-
fine. The total was about 4 hours of actual compilation, but 4 hours of me learning because I was struggling to learn, but eventually I clicked.
I'm
And
just
now I
saying,
just
at this
understand.
point in time, I don't care if Gen 2 has AI in it or not. It doesn't fucking matter because it's still, I'm never going to use it. I don't care.
You see? I mean,
Gen
Nick's
2
arrested
says F you to
that for
AI. I
drastic
say F you to
comparison,
Gen
so
2.
we can fight about this.
So can I make a correction really fast? So earlier I had said that there's going to be a way for them to figure out whether or not the code was generated by AI. And D-Dubs just had a correction that makes sense, and so I just want to have that on video in case people aren't reading chat. He said that code only has to work, whereas there is syntax and human language, and you can look for syntax and see that AI wrote it. Code only has to work, and so if the code is working, then there'd be no way of, well, I guess there would be no way either way. So whether it works or not. Thank you for that, D-Dubs.
That's your guys' thing. Your thing.
Man.
I installed Gentoo. I'm a real computer enthusiast.
Why do I install Gentoo? Because like it's the only thing that's been at least somewhat working these days.
Because T-Pole is way hotter than 7 of 9. That's why.
Wait, what'd you just say?
It works well, and I'm also learning something new, and I haven't actually learned something new that I liked in a long time.
What was the issue with your audio today?
That actually has nothing to do with Gentoo. That's cool. I didn't click the right thing. It's supposed to be digital, not analog. That was user error, bro.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there.
Yep.
Okay, well then I guess you enjoy your Gentoo and I'll enjoy my Nick.
But
I may be actually, honestly.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We only talk about
after test driving freaking Aurora last night. What's up, Whiskey? After test driving Aurora last night and playing with it,
there's Whiskey.
I've been a pretty big fan. I've become a big fan of it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit up old Big Pod and say, hey, buddy.
So Donald Williams is saying, or I'm assuming this is D-Dubs, they're saying, more compiling when you update. That's absolutely right, but you don't have to actually recompile your entire system like people think. It's just the new stuff. But the thing is, if you're on good hardware, it doesn't feel like it's a big deal. So,
well, I'll give you that too, because you're only compiling maybe 1 or 2 packages or something like that when you're doing any kind of install or update. Yeah, so I mean, the crux of installing Linux is compiling the whole fucking thing, except for what's binary now, which that's cool. If Gentoo became all binary, that'd be pretty awesome.
They do. I mean, I like their binary repo. It's I think that's actually a smart way and a smart thing for them to have done.
Yeah, but I mean, if it completely became binary.
I'm just saying though, the one thing I will never justify, and I will never be okay with using, is LFS on my own system. That's not happening. Now that's called masochism.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But Nate says, I don't know if NixOS is better because if you do it the Nix way, then you are going to spend several days in the config file. Gentoo and NixOS are time eaters. You know what? You're not wrong in that. That's actually true. And that's why I'm saying about what I'm saying about Aurora, in the fact that, you get the Nix experience of the stability and the set it and forget it type distro without all of that setting up and all that. It just comes already configured. I mean, they even have DistroBox installed, already set up for you. All Flatpaks, everything's already there. You just install it, add your programs that you want to, and then that's it. It handles all the updates of its own. It does everything. It's really a great system. Thank you so much, Art, for showing me this. I have nothing but him to thank for.
I have a quick question. So if they've said no to AI, no code, is that on the honor system? Like if they are unable to screen for that, how are they
going to screen for it? That's exactly what my question was. I don't know how they'd screen. I am assuming it's going to have to be on an honor system, or maybe, they're going to check ones that are obviously glaring. Maybe, I don't know.
I'm willing to bet they're going to have like a timer set or something. Like, I'm not exactly sure how to explain it. So the way video games can tell if you're using an AI typically is because you're basically doing things humans can't do, right? I'm willing to bet they're going to put something into place to where they could somehow be able to tell that a human's not doing something, and then whatever's causing that, like whatever service is doing that, they're just going to cut it off and make it where it doesn't work. I could see them doing that.
I think whoever comes up with this system of determining like whether images have been created with an AI or that sort of thing, because eventually it's going to get very good, that person is going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
And they're gonna
eventually,
get
you know,
royalties.
like I said, you know, it's got to catch up. I mean, well, we've got to catch up because it's literally doing what it's supposed to do. You know, people just got to get more concise and better at what content they're posting in ads and, you know, blogs and articles and everything. Because remember, it just scours a lot of different places for things, for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then it
Mhm.
compiles it and in it whatever the way it digests it, which is in their algorithmic way that they've, you know, written their code to compile the output, and then it spits it out. And then you copy it blindly and you use it because you don't know any better. You're not a coder. You know what I'm saying? That's why people go to ChatGPT. How do I write this? Some people do it. Some people do it because they just don't want to write the code and they figure it can do the write the base of it, and then I can just edit it real quickly. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a time saver. You know,
Mhm.
if you know what you're looking at. But a lot of people like me, I'm not a coder in any way, shape, or form. I could understand some code, you know, and what it's trying to do, but I don't know all the little ins and outs of it to know if it's right or wrong until I try it.
I've been using it for terminal commands.
And how's that been going for you?
Well, it's worked on every one that I've looked for. And another member of the community turned me on to that. So
Cool,
fly swatter.
cool. But you know, it's the same. I will tell you, it's no different than if you do a Google search for the terminal command on how to create a direct. Okay.
You know, it's probably
Um,
safer actually.
yeah, it's no different than you doing a Google search and going out and finding all these different articles. What it'll
Right.
do is I think what it does, I don't know, I'm not once again, I don't have any retrospective as far as working on the back end of AI, but logically, I'm thinking it takes a law of percentages of make dir is the most given answer, and it applies that to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, just spitting out something else randomly. Whereas you not doing the algorithmic calculation to see that make dir is written on out of 15 posts, it's written on 12. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's, I mean, that's glaringly obviously like 5 or 6. You know what I'm saying? That's the correct answer. You know what I'm saying? For you to decide that that's the case. Because there's lots of people, even I did when I was starting in Linux, I've gone and Googled, so how do I do this or do that in terminal, and I would inadvertently copy something wrong,
Yeah.
you know, and put it in, and there you go. I nuked my system.
Well, that
So
has not happened to me yet.
luckily, thankfully, and I'm happy
Emphasis
to
on
hear that.
yet.
I'm happy to hear that. That's why you have to
Yeah.
be careful in doing that kind of stuff. You
Yes.
know, before you do, especially if it's system wide changes, stuff like that, and you're not 100% sure, and you had to ask ChatGPT or Google, why not use our Discord? Why not use our community to ask some people?
That's
We
a
do
good
have our
question.
phone numbers.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of phone numbers, you want to make the announcement, Jonathan?
Oh yeah.
Sure. Are we doing it today or are we
This is
doing
a
it
big
next
one.
week?
Yeah, go ahead, put it out there. What the hell?
Okay, so for those of
What
you
the
who
hell?
are on the second, I think it's the second tier of our membership, we do give out
You
our
are chosen.
Google Voice phone number, and during our podcast, we'll have some call-ins. So, yeah. Let's see. So if you do have the second tier, go ahead and DM me if you want that number. We can let you in to talk. I'll just have to capture your voice
Yeah, we
when
yeah,
we
we
do
can
that.
open up the show to some callers if they want,
Yep.
which is cool. I don't know of any other podcasts that are doing that.
I don't either.
And of course, DT, if you're out there, you can just PM me and you'll get the number.
Of course.
Period. I can't deny DT that.
Nobody can deny GT. Like he's almost like the grandfather of the Linux content creator now.
Yeah,
You thought about that?
I know. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Does he want all these grandkids though?
He loves
Really?
his grandchildren. He really does. So so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's better for you to ask the question. The other opportunity that you get when you ask the question in whether it's a group setting or whatever is you also get an explanation of what it's doing. You get to learn more than just having the finished outcome.
Sure. Well, I tell you what, the Discord has been immensely helpful to me. There's
Mm-hmm.
there's also the desire to kind of clip the umbilical cord in some ways, but in that respect, I'm denying someone the opportunity to assist somebody else in this, in this space, which, I
Well,
know a
that's
lot
an
of people
interesting way of
actually
looking at
sit
it.
there
Yeah.
and wait, just to help people. Because it is interesting how, you come into lounge and then as soon as somebody pops in with a question, boom, you might be just kind of joking around, but all focus goes to
Right. To
helping that
fixing their
person and
issue.
making sure their system is up and
Yep.
running.
Yep.
Yeah.
But in retrospect too, that could also be a situation where it could be overwhelming to them too, because you have so many people at the ready and they all start dumping knowledge at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're listening to this and you're in our Discord or you're join our Discord and you have a question and you're presented with that, you could certainly say, "Hey, whoa, too many things at one time. I need just
Yeah.
one or two people. Just talk." You know what I'm saying? No, not a big deal. We don't take offense to it.
I mean, OBS, just be nice about it. Don't be like, what up, man? You little turd or whatever. Yeah.
We've never had anybody
I,
pop in like that though.
I'm not gonna lie
I
to
have
you.
yet to be
I've had to
called
do that
turd
one
in a
time,
Discord.
and I never wanted to do that again. I felt bad.
Wow. I don't even know. Well, I guess I must not been there for that.
We'll talk about it later. There's
No,
nothing
no,
like
it's fine.
severe or anything.
No. I get that. I got that part. I'm just saying I must have not been there. Otherwise, I would have remembered that because like I said, I've never had anybody in there like that.
Yeah. So like, it's not like that people are like mean or anything in there. It's just like people are so ecstatic and excited about being there that they like to talk over each other. So they're just like,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah,
hear
yeah, yeah,
anything
yeah.
what's going on.
Yes. That,
Yeah.
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I think I know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That, but I mean, when people ask a question and they want help, we
Yeah.
usually are pretty good about taming ourselves and responding at the same time.
I think that's due to our expert admins. That's what it is.
Yeah, we do have a great admin team.
We
We
do.
really do have a great admin team. Cannot knock it. Art says at District 2,
No.
thanks for dumping knowledge and a good stream this morning. Yeah, I'm bummed. I missed that stream because it makes like 3 months now that I haven't been on it, and I kind of I miss my boy DT talking to him. So I got to make sure I make it to the next one.
I just imagine the DT and Alex show. That'd be scary.
That would be scary.
I'm
I don't know which tangent we'd go on.
not
I'd
sure
go
what
off
it would
on
be
tangents.
about, to be honest.
It would be weird. Not weird in a bad way, but weird in a good way. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
When the going gets weird, the weird turn professional.
yeah,
Agreed.
it would be interesting. I want to bring him on the show. I want to bring him on the show. If you're out there, DT, this is the official invite onto the show. I have you
Ooh, it's
on
official.
so we can grill you, ask questions. We have a guy here that's fantastic coming up with questions by the name of Josh. He wants to
Yes.
talk to you. We all want to talk to you, so we need to bring you on.
It would be fun.
It'll be lots of fun. He probably went to bed by now, though. Probably
Did you
super
say
late.
go
wherever
to
he's
bed
at.
by now?
Yeah, well, not bed. That's
It's
right. It's
5:30.
the opposite side of the world.
He
Yeah,
strikes
it's
me
like
as a pretty
5:30. He's probably
disciplined
eating
person. I
dinner.
bet he
He's
goes
probably
to
eating
bed at
some
the same time as
etouffee.
about every night.
He's probably eating some etouffee, maybe some boudin, maybe a little bit of gumbo or jambalaya, something like that.
Sounds good.
No, DT's probably gone to McDonald's to get his cup of coffee and a sausage mac muffin or something like that.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can never go wrong with some Mickey D's. I'm just saying.
Well,
Except for the
that's
prices.
every Patreon cast. He's always got his McDonald's cup of coffee.
That's amazing.
But yeah, anyhow, I guess nobody's wanting to call, so
Yep.
that's
I
okay.
have not gotten any messages, so.
All right, well then I guess we'll go ahead and
Well, I
wrap up.
didn't. Oh, so you sent that out to the tier 2. Okay.
Or we
Did you-
said something. I told them to DM me if they wanted to call.
Okay.
can send them the
Gotcha.
number.
That's right.
Yeah, because we only give it
That's
out
right.
to the tier 2 people.
Yep.
And we know who they are, so we can actually get it to them after the show if we need to.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that way they're good to go.
Oh, Darren wants to know how he
Darren
calls.
wants to.
Okay.
We'll
gonna
PM
give
you
you-
right now.
I just have to give you a phone number, You call into that phone number.
Yep.
I can think of nothing more inappropriate and wonderful than Darren calling in.
Okay. Before I
show.
do this, Alex, I'm going to ask you something. So am I just capturing this window basically? Is what I need to do?
Pretty
when he calls
much.
in?
Yeah.
You have to capture the essence of Darren.
Oh, I have to do audio though only. I gotta make sure I set that up real quick. So go down. Oh, no. Come on. I'm going to do this. Oh, there's no properties thing.
Just capture the window.
I will. Let me see it.
We're getting you set up. This is also nice for a trial run.
Yes.
So the thing is, it'll show the phone number if I capture the window, Alex.
Put a black screen over, a black background over the top of it.
Okay. Let me do that real quick.
Exactly.
You can tell us about his trip to Walmart today. That'd be great. We'll be sure to
Arch
ask him
is
about
reading my mind right now.
that. As long as it doesn't get us demonetized.
The segment,
Yeah, please don't.
I'm telling you, the segment, Darren goes to Walmart, is gold.
I know a good way to do this. Okay, what I'll do is I'll add an image. We'll do this. Let me go grab that real quick. Do that.
Well, he could have also dialed *67 before.
I'm just trying to do it really fast and easy right now.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do. So window capture. I'm gonna go
Fast and easy.
Okay, you just changed it to all the transitions to.
Yeah, you're gonna see the thing for just a second. That's okay. While we get this set up. And then
That's right, folks. Fast and easy.
this is as fast as I can go.
If you're new to Linux and you're running Windows still, you can download Mint, install it on your computer, and be up and running really, really quickly. If you need any help, come to the Discord, ask some questions. It's way easier than Windows.
You said Discord would have been easier.
Agreed.
But the reason why we did this is because there's some people that don't have audio equipment.
You
for
just
their
want me to
computer.
drag them into this channel? That might just be easier.
Whatever you want to do.
So
Yeah, for today.
So you have you got a Google phone number basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Darren, go
Okay,
into
and
the
so
general
that's gonna be what people can call in with, and
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Because
there's some people that I haven't
while Darren's joining the general
I haven't met
chat
on Discord yet.
or the lounge.
We're seeing your screen.
Oh, they are. Yep. Here we go. Then we'll go to the here. Give me a second. Nope.
I see all your Caden Live XDFs that you saved.
There's Alex. Nope.
I've got to see. I've got to see. Oh, there it is.
There it is. I was looking for that.
Is that the Paramount Mountain?
Now it's just you.
Okay. All right, you're in, Darren. Please, PG.
Now I see me. Now I see that. Recycling.
I'm going
There
full
we
screen.
go.
There you
Damn.
Darren, what's going on? Darren.
Huh? Wait, why can't?
You hear
Oh,
me?
Yes, now
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Alex off. I can adjust it while we're doing this.
That's the problem. Is now the transitions are off.
I know. I'm
Darren?
adjusting it, Alex. I'm adjusting it live. Oh no, I'm
This
just
is
not gonna
live,
mess with
people.
it. They
This
will look at
isn't
you
this
right
isn't some crappy recording, people. This is live.
now.
And as for Arch, I didn't go to Walmart today there, buddy, so I got no stories for Walmart today.
Oh. What did you do today?
I redid my laptop, tried to put Arch on it. It failed again, and I went back to Mint on my laptop.
So you're running Mint. All right.
I'm
Now you're
hearing.
at Darren.
I have a better way to do it.
Hold on,
Do you have any headphones?
hold on. What did you?
Holding.
All he's got to do is mute the YouTube replay.
There we go. I muted YouTube. Forgot to mute it. My apologies.
So what did you do today? You reinstalled Mint after
I did a
failing
reinstall,
with
because-
Arch.
Yeah, Arch failed, and I have to use an older driver, and Arch doesn't like older drivers, so it didn't work. Kind of sucked.
So that you stayed
Well,
on
what
the
you're
same
running right
computer
now,
that
you're
you
running
have
Mint
right
on
now.
a
We are
machine
talking
that
right now.
you're streaming on currently, correct?
No,
Okay. So you're back on
Who's muted?
Mint all the way.
no. I'm on
Oh.
Arch on my big boy machine, and then the laptop's back to Mint.
Okay, understood.
So did you want to say anything about any of the topics we covered today?
Oh, well, it was fine. It was good. I think snaps suck.
Mhm.
Why?
They're bloated. for
Okay, what's
one.
better,
Two,
flat packs or snaps?
Me personally, I mean, I use flat packs when I have to, but I actually prefer to compile from source or just download the binary, to be honest.
Mhm. No. No,
I
he's
think you're right. I think you're right.
no.
I
No,
think
he's
you've hit
not.
on something.
In the heart of
think
hearts,
both-
I understand where this man is coming from.
Yeah.
He, like myself, has way too little life left to be able to freaking waste on stupid things like Gen 2.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm planning on making it to 100 personally, but you know,
I think the world
Jonathan is saying you're
appreciates
muted
that.
on the stream.
It seems
Who's
to
muted on the
automatically
stream?
do that for some reason. I have to go click the
I
mute
think
thing
it's an
again.
error.
I'm probably accidentally
Yeah.
bumping it. But
Yeah.
we're good now.
I think the whole problem stems to Gen 2. That's
Mhm.
why it keeps happening, Jonathan. You should have gone Arch.
No, it's
Just
not
saying.
because of Gen 2. This is a freaking flat pack, bro.
I keep
Oh, that explains a lot right
the
there.
whole
I
thing
know,
is
right?
the whole thing is he needs to
Thank you, Whiskey.
he needs to get on a stable distribution
I
that
am
is
on stable
only for
distribution.
production. No, for production only.
No.
Get it dialed in and quit fucking changing it.
Thank you.
No.
I happen to
Get a
agree with Alex
different
on that one.
computer. Get a different computer, just for your production, and then another one that you play with.
I mean, he literally just over the last month basically parted out a whole nother computer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you missing on another
I
machine?
would need
And-
another
and by the
CPU,
way, I'd
another
like to
power
say-
supply.
Who told you to check the power supply originally in the very beginning and you didn't?
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, well, it's not fair
the
because you're
hardware is not the
traveling back
point.
through time.
But the hardware isn't exactly the point. It isn't the point. It's that he keeps distro hopping and having to change things up and always freaking change things.
Yeah, it's
You know,
when
when
I
you're
couldn't
trying to
find
do a
anything I
production-
liked.
When you're
Frickin-
trying to do a production, though, it's work. You may not always like what you work with, but you got to go with what's stable and work, and
Right.
keep it there so you don't keep
Yeah,
having
for
to
Jonathan,
deal
that
with
might
it.
work.
But the
It
problem
likes-
is,
Jonathan,
I
since
couldn't
Jonathan
find
likes
anything that
to
worked.
distro hop,
Right.
I have an idea. Since you like to distro hop like this, get another hard drive, another SSD, put it in there,
And dual
and
boot.
and dual boot. And then you never touch a production hard drive, but only the other one.
You know
There
what
you
the
go.
problem with this
Mr.
is
Hop.
that you guys never realized? I always had two OSs. One on one SSD, one on the other.
He's sneaky.
I had two going at the same time. It's just I
Gotta
kept
watch
trying.
him.
I was trying to figure out the distribution I wanted to stay on, and I think I might have found it. It's just because I want something where I can learn, but it's also stable. And this is exactly
So are you saying
that.
you have problem with commitment?
No. I do not.
He's over here psychoanalyzing him.
I hear.
That's awesome.
No, like, okay. Well, would you commit to something that you hate?
Because that's
Well.
how fucking life works.
No.
I hate living life, but I'm committed to living it.
Oh God.
Oh, poor Jonathan. You all need to quit picking on that poor boy so much.
No, I'm not picking on him. I was just being facetious. Come on, we all know
Yeah.
that.
No.
Jonathan's got this way about him now where he can actually stop
up,
and
War
move
Thunder?
and go so still and move so slowly that he looks like he's frozen on the screen. And I wonder if he does that on purpose because
You're
he
so
just
right, though.
stops.
Like now.
See, like right now. Yeah.
He looks like the noble Numbat.
Yeah.
The
He's-
anteater. All he needs to do is stick out his tongue.
There he goes again. Oh my goodness.
Hello
So
there,
fun.
War Thunder.
At least we're having
Welcome to the
Up and
stream.
having fun.
You have joined at the best part.
Oh my goodness. What is he doing in Vermont?
Yeah. What are you doing in
Do we
Vermont?
need to send a team to get you?
Yeah, wasn't he like in the Midwest a minute ago? Probably visiting family
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Vermont's actually a
All right.
And
all
hey,
right.
from
We
Memphis.
gotta
Howdy from
have
Memphis.
a Linux elite force, okay? When
What?
they go to save people, but they don't use
Yeah.
any physical part of their own bodies. They build robots.
Right.
They program them with Linux, and then they control the robots. That's how you save the people. That's what I'm thinking.
You heard it
Dude,
here,
did you
folks.
just have a squirrel moment? Ooh, squirrel.
I did.
War Thunder's on vacation.
Yeah, you said.
Did you bring how many? I want to know, War Thunder. How many laptops did you bring on vacation?
That's
I
an
say
appropriate
10.
question. Knowing him, that's at least 3.
I say 10.
One for
I
him,
agree
one
with
for his
you. I
wife,
think
and then a backup.
Agree.
And I think he took
yeah,
a Starlink with him, too.
I think he brought 3. I think he brought 3, but he had 2. Yeah, I think he brought 3, but he had 2 other ones just in his car that he forgot about.
It's his wife and his 3rd anniversary.
3rd anniversary.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my friend.
No bloodshed. That's a good thing, you know. Well,
Yeah.
none that we know of.
Now, as we all know, a happy wife is a happy life. So remember
That's the
this.
truth.
He says he only has 1 laptop with him.
I don't believe
Well,
that.
you got to remember, Jonathan.
Stream
Oh, and the
Deck.
Steam Deck. That
True,
kind of almost counts.
but you didn't say the true rules. There's 3 rules. Rule 1, the woman is always right. Rule 2, if woman is wrong, it does happen. See rule 1, bring flowers and your paycheck in hand. Rule 3, just say hi to Jesus because you really messed up if you made it to rule 3. You're
Everybody,
gone.
this is
Okay.
Darren Cliff. He was the most
gonna have to
happily
edit that
married
out.
man ever.
Mm-hmm.
The last one.
Never
Marriage
have to be
counselor.
married.
Marriage counselor, Walmart shopper, Darren Cliff.
Hey,
I'm so proud of you, War Thunder. Good job.
Oh, wow. Well, say hi to your wife for us.
Yeah, say hi. Yeah, say hi.
There you go.
I want
Yeah.
Congratulations and happy anniversary. And I hope
As
it
a
all
gift from
goes
the-
really well.
Yes. As a gift from the Linux Tube, we're offering you 6 free hours of marriage counseling from our very own Darren Cliff. See us in Discord for
Hey, trust me.
to redeem that time.
You don't want me to do marriage counseling. I had one failed marriage as it was. I don't think I need to add more. You know,
I certainly
other
do not. I
people
certainly
to
do
the
not
list.
qualified to give out any marriage advice at all.
No, just the 2 of the 3 rules. That's it.
I definitely do not qualify. I can tell you that much.
Mrs. Linux Tube is the best one I've ever found, and I still don't know how I found her. So I don't even know how this happened. Poor lady.
We're all just as confused.
Yep.
I feel sorry for
So, what's going on in your neck of the woods, Mr. Cliff? I'm going to call you that for the rest of the stream, just to trigger you.
You might.
All right.
You know what my real name is. You should use it.
I do know your real name.
But you might get demonetized if you use it.
Will I, though?
Oh, that name.
Oh
That
yeah,
name,
we
that's
can't do
right.
that one.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
I'll just say
Oh,
AGM. That's what I'll say.
modified that file, by the way, that Alex sent me for Neofetch.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it comes up when you have Arch. It doesn't show the Arch symbol anymore.
Yeah, I saw the one that it showed that you changed it to.
It's very funny.
Right.
It's absolutely
I did that to
wonderful.
the Mint too that I just installed on my
In
laptop.
case,
So it's
people out there in chat are, and people out there in chat are wondering, the ANSI code for the Neofetch file that I sent him pulls up a Kid Rock salute. If everybody knows who Kid Rock is, you know what salute is.
It's a very well said. It's a
Yeah.
very
He
different
normally-
way of saying they love you. There you go.
Yeah, except and telling you number one, that you're number one all the time.
Yep.
And that's my salute to Microsoft. You know.
Well, there you go.
You know, I think it might be about time to make a meme of Darren flipping, you know, doing
That
like
won't
the
be hard.
thing to the screen, right?
That will not be hard.
But-
You will
But
find. I
but
mean, you
here's the
just come to
thing.
chat.
I
You're
want
gonna
to
make a meme of me flipping off. It has to have something to do with Walmart.
No, but here's the thing. Hear me out, okay?
Or anything
I
else.
want to make it where you're in the exact same pose that Linus Torvalds was when he did the NVIDIA one. And then we can do one for Microsoft, and then you can finally be famous. There you go.
Go for that.
You don't get it, do you?
Oh, I get
He
it.
does. He's just trying to find
Oh,
out
I
I
know.
how to
guarantee
do that.
you.
You done set him off now. He's trying to figure out how he can make that happen.
I just got to remember to put pants on before I take the picture.
That's assuming you're wearing pants right now.
Yep, I'm wearing pants.
Oh. Okay.
Once.
So was
I
Was
am
the
actually kinda
AI
surprised.
Oh
Question-
yeah, War Thunder says he always salutes other drivers on the road. They need to know how they're number one. Much like Nick,
Right.
oh my God, much like Nick users. I am
I
highly
agree.
offended, sir. I'm highly offended.
And this is
I'm
why War
sending you
Thunder
back
and I are
to Kid Rock
friends.
salute right now.
I'm thinking about doing a video of me driving around Spokane to
What's
go
up,
do
Big Dad?
stuff.
Good dude.
You what? What'd you say, Darren?
I'm thinking about doing a video, maybe someday, of me just driving around town with my middle finger.
You know, here's the thing though, Darren. You just
Because
gotta
people
do
can't
it.
drive here. They're worse than Seattle.
Don't think about it. Just do it.
I know.
Your first video is always your hardest. I learned that.
Well, no, not really. I've done other videos. But problem is,
Okay.
yeah, I do the video,
He wasn't wearing
I'll get
pants.
in trouble and probably block YouTube because of the language I'm going to use while I'm driving. So,
Well, yes. But if you know you're live and you're doing it for video, it tends to curb that.
not me.
Okay. Well, then you
That's
have no
my
modicum of
problem.
self-control.
Alex, you've known me for a while now. Have you ever
Yeah.
known me to have a filter?
Dude, your
Seriously,
fans are
I'm-
asking for it, Darren. You need to do the dang Walmart series already.
Problem is, lately Walmart's been kind of, I haven't had any Karens the last
That
two
gives
times
you
I've
an
been there.
even better reason, bro.
Everybody still wants the Darren Goes to Walmart series,
We
bro.
do.
They're asking for it.
I'm
Darren goes to Walmart, meets Karen. Darren goes to jail because, you know,
War Thunder saying that he downloaded Nick's OS Plasma to mess around with it when I get back home. Oh, nice,
Oh God.
nice.
ask him, did he take his Star? Oh, well, I can ask him, did you take your Starlink with you, War Thunder, on your
Why
little
would
journey?
you do that?
Because you can put it right on top of your car and sit there and go down the road.
No, you can't. It doesn't change like that. To lock into those coordinates is it's not on a gyro.
It's
It is
set
on a gyroscope, but it's not as fast. To do that, you need like the satellite for DirecTV. It spins really fast, 360 degrees.
Man.
You know, I got it. So Darren goes to Walmart, right? And then when he's in jail, he can also record when he's in jail. You can have 2 entire series.
Uh,
I don't think the government's going to let me do that in jail.
Fresno 599 Fresno, which I think is Jacob, says Darren do the Walmart challenge. See, everybody's calling for it,
They
Darren.
want
Well,
it.
then I need to go to Fresno and do it at his Walmart.
Do it. Oh my gosh, that could be like a whole thing about the show, right? You go to the Walmarts of your subscribers, right? Like, it'd be great.
There will be nothing creepy about that at all.
I don't
Nothing
know.
at all. Not at all.
No. Like
That's a little creepy,
it's a
Jonathan.
Hey
feature,
there,
not a bug.
kiddo. Hey there,
Yes.
kiddo. I'm coming to a Walmart near you.
Want to meet at
I'll
Walmart?
buy you some candy, little girl.
No. I was thinking more like this, all right? It's going to be like one of those things. All right, you tired of those Karens in your Walmart? Are you tired of them always being mean and making, check your receipt list? Just get your local Darren to your Walmart, near you. And it's like, it only costs this much and whatever, that'd be pretty great.
Like Dog the Bounty Hunter, he could be Darren the Meth Head Hunter.
Yes.
Like literally.
I thought about dressing up like a superhero and going out there and smacking some of those tweakers around.
Why haven't
you?
Do it, record it.
They used to have a guy that did that in Seattle. I can't remember his name.
Was that Darren?
No,
Yeah, but it wasn't
some
Darren.
Dude, he was actually a superhero, and he'd go around and he'd try to freaking like arrest people. And the cops told him he
Darren
has
in a
to
purple, yellow, and green outfit with a belt and boots and something
I
to
always
smack
thought
him
I
with.
would do a Batman costume or what's his name?
You got the blessing from the Fresno guy.
Yeah.
That's Jacob, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's his other YouTube.
Yeah,
account.
Fresno is gamer. Sorry,
I've
I'm
been doing this
trying
how
not to
long, and I
dox you.
just realized this.
Yeah, I could see me dressing up though in a costume, and a mask, and being a superhero,
Deadpool
going
costume.
around smacking tweakers, stealing the catalytic converters.
Yep. Well, fellas, it is 3:51. We've been on for quite a while.
Yeah. Almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
This has been a fun stream. What do you guys think?
I think it was good. We had some technical issues along the way, but it's a matter of ironing this stuff out. Once
because you just canceled the stream. We were sitting in the room, me and a couple people going, "Oh, hey, yo, hello," and all of a sudden it's gone.
What the problem was, he couldn't connect to it with his OBS software because
We'll
he was
see
logged
what
into the
happened
wrong-
was.
Yeah, I was logging into the wrong account. Oops.
Small details are always the buggers that get you, and it's the hardest thing to learn to pay attention to when you're first learning.
Yes.
So.
Sir,
There are so many different things that you've got to come. There's so many different things when you're quarterbacking a stream. It's not as easy as it looks when someone who's an expert at it does, or someone who's very good at it does it. There's some streamers out there that just make it look so easy. And then when you're sitting there just trying to get the stream going, it's infuriating.
So when I go,
Jonathan, you did a great job.
Thank you.
People like you and I just have to keep doing it. Would you say, Alex?
What I was gonna say is a lot of people don't understand. Whenever I'm driving the stream during the show, before you guys even come on for an hour, I'm already over here stressing out of what's going to go wrong because it's fucking Linux. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what there's many times John pops on. He says, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm getting there." When we start to do the production meeting, I'm like, "I'm getting there. It'll be okay. I'm fucking having an issue dialing this in because you have
Still
to."
better than Windows.
You have to you can't jump onto these things and start doing these 5 minutes before the stream. Literally an hour is almost not enough.
Honestly,
if you want to do it, right.
Well, how come I never have that many problems with my Linux distro?
Because you don't run a YouTube channel and you don't have all these issues.
But I'm using OBS to be in lounge. I'm doing everything you guys are doing.
You don't seem to understand how broken streaming is on a lot of sites. As a general rule.
You don't stream.
If it's broken on YouTube, they need to fix that shit because YouTube's the #1 stream site in the world.
It isn't that they need to fix that shit. What it is YouTube demands you do this or that or another. Like first problem that he had was he was trying to use his NVIDIA NVENC encoder, and YouTube doesn't acknowledge it. So he had to switch different encoders in OBS.
Yeah.
That was the first problem.
That's stupid because his video would be even.
Yeah.
It's not because the reason why that is what people don't realize is how many people stream to YouTube? How many people record to YouTube? That's a lot of storage space. When you start
Really?
doing encoders like that in 4K, that takes a lot of space. YouTube's going to tell you F you, just like Gentoo saying F you to AI. YouTube's like, you can't take that kind of space. That's how they regulate that.
Yeah,
That's how they
well,
afford room for everybody. So I mean,
It's-
there's a reason for it. It's not a stupid reason. It's just understanding that that's the concept. That's what you got to do.
So suggesting to Jonathan earlier to do when he did the first 4K video at 30 hertz, I think it was. I suggested he do 60 hertz. Okay, 24. I suggested 60 hertz, so he was going to do one. Boy, that's going to be a big file, though.
Yeah. So
22.
probably 10 gigs. Yeah, because when I did mine, when I did mine at 4K and I uploaded, it was 10 gigs. Then I realized the truth of the fact is, even though you're doing it at 4K and it says 4K because you uploaded it at 4K, you're still not getting 4K from YouTube because of their compression. That's all they're doing. They're upscaling. So why waste my time? Why waste my hard drive space to do all those files in that size when they're not going to get it anyhow? I don't just not true 4K, yeah. And I'm not, they're upscale it to 4K, so they are. So it doesn't matter. You could
Well,
I
technically,
Look,
4K
look,
not that big of a deal. 1080p is fine.
I
It's perfectly
swear.
fine.
I've not touched this stupid thing and it keeps muting. What's causing this?
Muted again?
It muted me. Me, specifically. Not you guys.
Oh,
Me.
okay. As long as it didn't mute me, I don't need to
Casper. I
force
blame
it to switch
Casper.
to
Gentoo. I blame Gentoo.
I blame
I
Casper.
do too.
Dude, it's a friggin' flat pack. Gentoo don't talk to the flat pack like that.
Yes, it does. Everything talks to Flatpak.
Fight me.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Let's go. Let's go.
It literally interacts with your system,
Let's go.
especially on the
Okay.
sound.
Let me go and install, get an NVIDIA card and install Flatpak NVIDIA on Arch and see if it works, or Gentoo, because that's technically what that is. Go to Gentoo, install the Flatpak of the NVIDIA drivers and see how well it does not work because it's now on a Flatpak.
Because it's NVIDIA. What the dude?
But
You're
when you
making no
install
argument here.
binaries or you get it yourself and compile it, it works just fine. Explain that.
I had to turn you people
It's a
down
flat pack
because you're
thing. I don't
yelling
like
into your
flat packs.
microphones.
I'm not yelling at the microphone. Was I yelling at the microphone?
Yes.
I'm
I
probably
think I
yelling
was.
at the microphone.
You're fine.
I do
Just
that.
keep doing what you're doing. I'll adjust it on the fly.
I'm never going
Whatever.
to be a flat pack
Wait, they're saying
for
no sound.
the other one.
Oh, fixed. Okay.
Whiskey says fixed. Now Arch is saying no sound.
I've not touched anything, so what would be
Is it
causing?
muted or is it not muted?
There's nothing muted. We're
Well, this
good.
may be the time to end the podcast anyhow.
Hold on,
Yeah.
let me see.
Okay.
Flat pack driver.
Yeah. So obviously they have sound.
There's sound
Or
over
even
there. I
with
just heard my own voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just heard my voice. There's sound over there.
Yeah. We're good. Darren, wait.
Darren,
Raisins
Raisins
is
is
why
using
NVIDIA
video.
sometimes work and other times doesn't.
All right, you ready to go, guys? Josh looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah. It's time for the
Well,
after
no,
party.
it's I have just family members that are. I don't know if it's an issue or not. I just have to make a.
Ooh. All right,
You're
well,
Call.
we need to go.
But I've had a
Way to
really
wrap
good
up.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this
Good.
calling.
This is
Yeah.
And
fun.
see, I didn't get you demonetized like Jonathan said I would.
No,
I was pretty convinced you were.
There's still time.
there's
In
still
fact, I haven't even cussed once. Alex is cussed. I haven't even swore one bad word. I'm impressed.
And
I'm
every
proud of
second we stay on stream, we risk that.
All right. Well, I guess on that note,
I do
let's
love
go
you,
ahead. We're
Darren.
gonna
I
go
do.
ahead
I love you and
wrap up
appreciate
the
you.
stream, guys. We do have our Discord, so you probably know this. We will have an after party.
Yes.
Yep.
Much
if-
party.
I know I will be there. I don't know if they'll be there, but you'll at least see me.
Much wonder.
I'll pop in
Yeah.
for a few seconds, but then I got to go finish getting this video ready to upload now for Wednesday and not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I got to
Darren.
go have a cigarette and then I'll be
I
in
have the
there.
same.
All right. Well, on that note, you do your thing, Alex.
Wait, Josh, you got a video coming up?
Oh.
I do.
Sweet.
I do. I'm doing. Actually, I have two videos. I have. Well, I have one on Mint. obviously. But I also have one on the question of, is Linux difficult for new people?
Awesome.
And I won't
When you
spill
upload
any tea
notes,
on
I
that
No,
yet.
wanna
that's
hear.
fine. Don't spill no tea. We're good. We rather drink tea from the cup instead of it being spilled.
Yeah.
Awesome. Look forward to that video, brother. Look forward to it. So I guess Darren, go ahead and say bye to the people.
See ya. Peace.
As always, the closing, we'll just go ahead and say, it was a fun stream. Even though we overcame some pretty difficult challenges throughout the stream and prior to the stream, we still
Good
made it
first
because
stream.
perseverance is awesome. We are the champions.
I did a good first time. Woo, woo, woo.
That's right. Good for the first time. Guys, next week we'll have another stream coming for you guys, and we'll make sure that we have the transition fixed for if you guys want to call in at the end of the stream to, just chit chat with us, as a channel member, second tier or higher, you get that. So make sure if you're not one of those, you become one of those if you ever want to come on stream with us live like we did and talk to us or dispute with us about what we talked about. You don't have to come
Tell
with
us
your own
your
conversation.
secrets.
You can go over the topics that we're talking about. And so just remember that. Other than that, you guys keep doing what you do. Keep on linking, stay safe, stay blessed, and we will see you in the very next live catastrophe. Peace.
Bye.
Go team.